Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about the art of connection, and we're going to break down the skills you need for truly effective communication. And I mean stuff you can literally start using today. All right, let's just jump right in with a number that's going to blow your mind. Get this, 93% of your message, it has nothing to do with the words you're saying at all. It's all about your body language, your tone of voice, all the silent stuff you're putting out there. And hey, here's another one that'll totally flip how you think about this. Think about the best communicators you know, the most influential people. I'll bet they spend about 70% of their time not talking, but listening. Not waiting to talk, but really listening.
Okay, so what does this all point to? It points to something we can call the communication illusion. You know, this idea we all kind of have that to be a great communicator, you have to be a great talker. Well, we got to unlearn that, because it's completely backward.
And this, right here, is the key. Real connection, real influence. It doesn't come from planning your next brilliant sentence. Nope. It starts when you put all your energy into actually understanding the other person. So how do we actually do that? Let's get super practical. It all starts with a huge mindset shift, which we'll call the 70-30 listening rule. This is going to be your new go-to ratio for any important conversation. So this is what it looks like. This should be your goal. In any important chat, you're aiming to listen for 70% of the time, like really absorb what they're saying. And then you only speak for the other 30%. It's a complete flip from focusing on what you're going to say to what you're taking in. Now, let's be super clear here. This is not just about shutting up. It's about active listening. It's the difference between, just hearing words and actually getting the meaning behind them. So your brain literally shifts from, okay, what's my comeback, to, wait, what are they really saying? Okay, so here's a super simple but, oh my gosh, powerful trick for this. It's called looping. You just listen and then you say back what you heard in your own words. And this is just brilliant psychologically. It does two huge things. First, it proves you're actually paying attention. And second, it makes the other person feel genuinely heard. And that builds trust instantly. All right, so we've got our foundation, right? Listening first. But what about that 30% of the time when you do talk? Let's build your toolkit for that. We're talking about a couple of frameworks that will make sure that when you open your mouth, what comes out is clear, structured, and just powerful. So let's put this into practice. Picture this. It's a classic situation. You're in a meeting, your boss turns to you and says, "So, what do you think?" And boom, all eyes are on you. The pressure's on, right? You got to sound smart, you got to sound confident, and you definitely can't start rambling. So, what do? Simple. You use the prep method. This thing is a lifesaver. It's a super simple 4-step way to structure your thoughts in 2 seconds. You make your point, give a reason, offer an example, and then hit your point again. It's so effective because our brains love structure. This gives it a clear beginning, middle, and end. No confusion. So prep is awesome for giving your opinion. But what if you need to tell a story? Like in a job interview when they hit you with the classic, "Tell me about a time when." How do you handle that? For that, your go-to is the STAR method. This is how you turn a long, rambling story into a short, powerful narrative that actually proves your point. You explain the situation, the task, the action you took, and the result. Why does it work so well? Because you're basically telling a mini movie. It's got a setup, a conflict, you're the hero, and there's a happy ending. It's just incredibly persuasive. Okay, so now you have frameworks for what to say. Now let's clean up how you say it. We're going to get rid of those little verbal habits that totally kill your credibility and make you sound way less confident than you actually are. So there are 3 main bad habits we're looking for. Filler words like and like that just scream, "I'm nervous." Then there's upspeak, where you end a sentence like it's a question. And finally, qualifiers, those little words like just or maybe that just water down everything you say. And just look at the difference this makes. It's night and day. Instead of, "I just think maybe we could try," you say, "I recommend we try." And instead of an you just pause. A confident pause is way more powerful than a filler word. These are tiny changes, but man, they have a huge impact on how people see you. So these tools are amazing, but they're not magic. They take practice. Being a great communicator isn't something you're born with. It's a skill. You got to think of it like a muscle. You have to work it out consistently every day to make it stronger. And I've got 2 super simple, really powerful exercises you can start doing today.
First, record yourself on your phone for just 1 minute. Talk about anything. It might feel weird, but trust me, it's the fastest way to catch all those little ums and likes you don't even know you're doing. Second, try the no but challenge. Just for 1 day, try to replace every time you say but with and. It's a tiny switch, but it changes the whole vibe of a conversation from being argumentative to being collaborative. It's a total game changer. So here's the bottom line. You now have a totally new way to think about communication, and you've got a practical toolkit to make it happen. Every single conversation you have from now on is a chance to practice. So the only real question left is, what conversation are you going to transform first?